I'm going to go ahead and record this webinar so that if you want to review it or come back to it, we can. All right. So when we look at Instagram, let me go ahead and, where's the PowerPoint? Let me do a screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, share screen. All right, so let's talk about Instagram. Instagram is not my favorite network for marketers, and the reason is because simply because of the demographics. The sweet spot for a lot of us right now, in my opinion, is Facebook. But guess who owns Instagram? Facebook. So Instagram can play a big part in your success in getting found, building credibility, and as our demographics of our buyers out there grow, it's going to become more and more prevalent moving forward. So my username on Instagram is Steve Black Speaker. You won't see too much up there other than some of the stuff that I do when I'm trying to reach the millennials. I try to build a brand around my food, around my lifestyle, whether that's Florida sunsets or that's events that we have. I have another one up here on the screen from a company called Alta Realtors, and they do a good job of building a luxury brand. One thing that you'll notice there, they've got over 5,000 followers, yet they only are following 168 people. My team and I have Chris with me, one of my social media managers, and we were just going through an aggressive following of people. And then what we'll do, if they don't follow us back within 2 or 3 days, we'll send them a message if we have access to them offline. And if they choose not to follow us, we will unfollow them. You want to keep these ratios in check, you know, 1-to-1 or maybe have a few more followers than you do following. But there are some groups out there that are doing a really good job, and we're gonna talk about that. You can also use it to share your story. If you could see that, the one on the right side. The first key for my tip for you on Instagram marketing is to be consistent. And that means, you know, if you're going to be, let's say you're in real estate and you're doing a lot of just listeds or just solds, maybe use the same font or create the same kind of look. You'll see here that on Instagram, Selling PDX, which is selling, you know, Phoenix, does a decent job of this, you know, kind of creating that same image across both platforms. The way you do that is with a tool that I shared at the seminar called Canva would be my first choice. Or on a phone, you could use something like WordSwag, or you could use a app called PixArt. But that could go ahead and give you that branded image where now you put up your next listing, your next property, your next rehab, and there's some consistency to it. So when I talk about Instagram, how are you going to be successful? One thing is try to create some kind of branded image out there with what you have. Can y'all see my my screen? I just want to make sure y'all can see my screen out there. Go ahead and type in the chat box. Perfect, perfect. All right. So continuing with things that you got to do to also be successful with Instagram, we found that the people that are consistent with posting maybe at the same time every day or at a similar time. Now you can, you might say, well, I can't be at the computer every day, you know, at 5 p.m. Well, you can set up a program like Hootsuite to automate your Instagram posting, but try to post at the same time every day would be my advice. According to HubSpot, Monday through Thursday is a lot better than posting on Friday. So if you're going to skip a day, Friday might be the day that you're going to skip. And for some reason, I guess people are running out to the cars or trying to beat traffic. They're not on the phones as much. between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. So if we were to look at that window there, anytime from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m., but let's try to avoid 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Thursdays. And then weekends, from a marketer's perspective, are kind of tough with Instagram. If you are going to do it, the time that seems to work best are posts in the window from 6 a.m. to noon. And if you were doing like an open house, and you said, well, they're going to forget about it if I post it on Wednesday. So maybe you're going ahead and you're doing a video or you're doing a post sometime between 6 a.m. and noontime on Saturday or Sunday morning. So that would be my advice to you on consistency. And when you're posting, you're trying to build a story about what you're all about. So, let's say you're in real estate. You're going to post information about neighborhoods, school data, restaurants, openings, and basically your story. And this gal over here did a real good job of it with Orlando Real Estate. I don't know if you could see here. It says, sold. Congratulations to the Perez family who closed on this 4-bedroom, 3-bath in Windermere. Now, what I would have done there, and my tip to her would have been to use hashtag Windermere and hashtag real estate or hashtag pool home, if you'll see that. And that just requires putting the pound sign in front of them. We have broad hashtags, and then we have more narrow ones. And I would also, if I was her, I would have created, a hashtag that goes on all of her posts, which is Orlando Real Estate. And we're going to talk quite a bit about hashtags, but if you have any questions about hashtags, just type them into the question box. But at some point, if you want to go and look at this post, I'll get a copy. I'll put all the links that I'm showing into the saved chat, and I'll send them out to everybody afterwards so you can review this. But what she did here is she created a collage, uploaded probably with the program like Pick Collage, uploaded actually one photo, and then went ahead and told her story. So I thought she did a decent job of that. I wanted to point that out. Let's go to another example here. Or a little bit more of a zoomed in thing. So she could have done hashtag Orlando, maybe hashtag real estate, hashtag Orlando Real Estate, which is her username. And then she could have done hashtag Windermere within the body here so that it gets found. So that would be my advice. Hashtags are one of the best ways for you to grow your account. Using the right hashtag or combination of hashtags can help you expose your brand to large and targeted audiences. In fact, your chances of attracting new followers, getting more likes, and increasing engagement are really increased. Now, there's an unlimited number of hashtags that you can use. For your Instagram post, it's 10 to 15. On Facebook, it might just be your vanity hashtag, the hashtag that we discussed, like here, Orlando Real Estate, or it could be Margie sells Brevard, or I buy houses, Margie buys houses. But like I said, up to 20 can be used, and I've seen people successfully use posts with this on Instagram. Again, when we go to Facebook, if you use more than 2 or 3, for some reason, you get less engagement, you get less distribution, and it's just not that kind of place. The other place that hashtags is really important is on Twitter. And you don't have to register a hashtag. I had a question come out of the seminar last week, and it was, where do I register my hashtag? It isn't like buying a domain from GoDaddy where you own that hashtag. It's something that you can create on the fly. You can leverage other people's hashtags, but it helps as like sort of an online folder to organize and categorize your post, your content, and allows people on the other side to be aided in the process of the content and discovery and optimization. For example, a food blogger, somebody that has a retail store, might post a picture of a gorgeous smoothie and then use the hashtag superfood, hashtag clean eating, hashtag vegan, so fig, and then upload it. The one thing you got to know about hashtags is you can't ever have a space in a hashtag. So like real estate, it's all one word. What I do to make those stand out is I'll go ahead and capitalize the R, capitalize the E. So like a broad hashtag in one of your posts you know, like real estate, you know, actually that was that's a typo. I had 5 million posts I found off of real estate. And then when I narrowed it down to hashtag real estate broker, doing a search on Instagram, I found 85,000 posts. And if you wanted to go ahead and narrow it down further, then you do Brevard real estate agent or, you know, Brevard real estate broker. This is both SEO strategy, search engine optimization, and again, most importantly, so you can keep things organized. We use 2 hashtags for the seminar, Steve Black Speaker and Success Summit Seminar. So here would be an example, again, posting relevant information. Let me go back to the slide. And this, if you want to look at this on Instagram later, jot this down. Their username is therehablife. And they do a great job in this post of both using, telling their story and using hashtags. And these were just some of the hashtags that they used. You know, the rehab life, which is their hashtag, hashtag design, hashtag DIY, DIY network, which is where they broadcast on hgtv, hashtag flipping, hashtag realtors. So they just mix it up. They told their story, and then they went ahead and they laid those out. So that's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about doing hashtags, and then we'll go through some real life examples. My advice moving forward on hashtags is that you save them either on a notepad or note page, or go ahead and just set up like a Google Docs spreadsheet that's going to go across all your devices, or on something like Evernote, or if you're on an all Mac platform, the Notes app. But so you don't have to keep reinventing and retyping these, you know, fat fingering them while you're at Starbucks, or, you know, you're on an airplane. You just go copy it, and now you have those hashtags that have been worked for you in the past, and that you're going to want to use in the future. And, you know, if you copy 15 of them and you only want to use 11 of them, that's cool. You can set them up by the categories. You can set them up alphabetically. You can set them up maybe by how active they are, when you last use them, and then, you know, just your opinion. So I hope you find that of value. And there's other tools that you can use out there that can automate some of this process. And we're going to keep today pretty basic, but they exist if you want to go ahead and do that. Keeping an emotional connection. You know, all photos, good or bad, are going to have some reaction and intensity. So use good photos because they cause emotions. And, you know, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, video will also come into play. And Instagram allows you to use video. But your goal on Instagram is to go out there, create a brand, get followers, and then engage them on a regular basis. You can direct message the people that follow you. You can go ahead and follow them back. You can send them messages. They've even got it set up kind of like Snapchat, where you can tell your story on what you're doing on a daily basis. And I don't know too many people over 35 that are doing that, but a lot of the younger generation love to tell their story. But this will, you know, also drive people to your website, you know, create that call to action. So as you go through these slides in the members area after I upload these, just play with it and understand there's a method behind the madness. Instagram can just be fun as far as I'm concerned. And one of the things you're going to want to make sure is that you connect it up with your Facebook account. And I actually did a couple screenshots that I wanted to share on that. Let me go ahead and stop the share there. And let me switch over to how we connect it. But what questions do you have about hashtags and how to use them and the importance of it? Anybody have any questions? Just jump in if you do, either in the chat box or by vocalizing it.
Steve, the only question I have is I was trying to get to the members area because you'd mentioned that there was a lot of good things in there. Mm-hmm. The website, the web link you gave me just showed 2 different links. One of them was to, it didn't have like the full plethora of stuff I thought we were going to be able to have access to. Maybe I went to the wrong area.
Yeah, you should have received a text from our assistant, Penny, and I'll put customer service number in here. If you just send her a text, she'll get you activated and walk you through that. But it's 770-375-5208. And it's a separate members area than your seminar downloads. So inside that members area are webinars that we've done in the past. Like we just did a great one a couple months ago on Facebook, how to set it up. Last month, we did a great webinar on 11 things you need to do for LinkedIn success. Each of those had handouts and downloads. And if you ever miss one of these webinars, they'll all be recorded for you, either as I do it or as I see it needs to be improved. Also, like for the LinkedIn webinar, like somebody sent in a question, how do I go ahead and download all my LinkedIn contacts? So I put together a 2 minute, 18-second video on that. If you can text Penny at that phone number, or you can email her at support@businesssuccesstraining.com. She'll get you a login, a password, and you'll have 24/7 access to that. But moving back to the training and what we're doing today, anybody have any questions about hashtags and Instagram and how important it is? What I want to do at this point is take you live and look at some profiles that I found interesting, and I think you'll find some value in. So let me go ahead and share my screen. You should be able to see my browser, and let's go through these one-on-one. First off, you can see that when I post stuff like a bottle of whiskey, bourbon here, I put a nice filter on it. One thing you have to know about Instagram is it's basically a mobile platform. So all this is done from your mobile device. It's not done where you're uploading photos from your computer. Though I am on my computer now, I can do some quick research of people. I could like their posts. I could follow them. But if I'm going to go ahead and get involved in uploading stuff, I'm going to have to do it through my mobile app, okay? And what you'll see here, this is an individual picture. When you see this little thing up here where you see multiple, that's where I've uploaded multiple pictures. So I went for an Italian dinner, and I went ahead and I uploaded 3 pictures. So I uploaded a picture of the pasta. I gave it a hashtag Italian food, Florida, pasta, Steve Black speaker, and my other hashtag I use called Success Summit Lifestyle. I got a couple people to say, yum, looks delicious. And I can say it was, and then I could go ahead and say Ter Mia, which is the name of the restaurant, and give them a shout out. They may be listening. They may end up following me. And for this younger generation, this is how they communicate. I was at a conference in San Diego for Facebook, and they had one guy up there that was using Instagram. He had a skateboard company. And so all these kids that are, from 11 years old to 16 years old are liking jelly skateboards. And so they were very active when somebody would follow them or love one of their posts, that they would go ahead and comment back, follow them back. And these kids were just thrilled. Hey, I'm so cool. I'm 13 years old and this brand is following me back. But guess what? When they walk into a store with their parents, guess what kind of skateboard they're asking for? They're asking for a jelly skateboard. So here I had one picture. I just posted a picture of another meal, and I posted a picture of the dessert. Pretty simple. Put a nice filter on them right through Instagram, and got 17 people to like it. On St. Patty's Day, did something similar. Just posted a picture of a well-deserved meat, getting my Irish on. Hashtag corned beef. Hashtag cabbage, hashtag St. Pat's. I knew that those were going to go ahead and be searched a lot because this was March 16th, and that would allow me to get discovered. So that's just one thing, with the big brands, your network marketing, you're in have a retail store, you're a real estate agent, you're putting up stuff that's relative to your community. Here's a company, Alta Realtors. And they do a really good job marketing their luxury brand. They've got over 5,000 followers. They're following 168, and it's pretty basic. They just have really high quality images. It looks like some they've taken, some are sketches, some are just random pictures. about the Florida lifestyle, and they've attracted a lot of followers, and you know, they could go ahead and go to the next level with that. Every time they're posting, they're telling a story and they're including their contact info. Like here, they says, gray doesn't have to mean boring. We're loving this homeowner's muted color palette, especially the black backsplash. To learn more about South Florida luxury homes and condos, contact us today. They put their contact info, included their website, and you know, their hashtags. So let's take a look at another one of their posts about this boat. Got 70 loves. Said the truth, we Floridians live in paradise. To learn more about South Florida luxury homes, again, including their contact info. They have this obviously just on a notepad, so they can copy and paste it, and then they did it. You can see also brought in Emojicon there, where they used sunglasses. So that's just a company. They're getting really good results. They're just adding to their social media presence. Here's another one that has 28,000 followers, Cervera Real Estate. And, you know, they're putting up posts and videos that are getting, you know, 300 likes. So they're they're keeping their name out there. Hopefully that's their customers, their prospects. Let's take a look at how a video works. So you notice that they uploaded a video here. Videos used to be 15 seconds on Instagram. Now you can upload a video that's up to 1 minute. So it goes from anywhere from 3 seconds to 59 seconds. And if it's too long, it'll cue you to go ahead and just upload a portion of it. But this is a video that this company used. Let's take a look at it.
Perez Art Museum. Soon to open is the Frost Science Museum, and of course the Adrian Art Center. In the proximity of each other, a couple of 100 yards apart. One can only see the future of these three facilities as this location becomes more and more a destination. Perez Art Museum.
And you see that how that loops. Once it's done, it loops. And they went ahead and they then used some hashtags, so that's awesome. And they went ahead and can get found, can get more likes, but they're doing a really good job of getting those followers. Another thing you have to note is when you set up your profile, make sure you upload a good picture of either your logo or your team, and then also give yourself a good description. Either one thing I would do here, though, is I would also include their contact info, because if I'm not that hipped up on Instagram, however I found them and I'm like, oh, I like what they're about, they seem like nice people, I want to be able to reach out to them. So somewhere along the way, I'd like them to add their contact info. Let's take a look at another one here, Arizona Realty. They've got over 6,000 followers, and he's just posting really good images, cool sculptures. I'm like, this guy's hipped up. He likes horses. If I was referred over to him, I would definitely look at using this guy. He looks like a fun guy. Instead of using a logo, he went ahead and used his picture. And as you see here in his description, he went ahead and included his phone number, as I recommend, his email, and his contact info. You have very little real estate, so make it count. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm going to go ahead and include his in the chat box. I included a link to him. We're going to include a link over here to this Cervera. Let's look at this one here, the Rehab Life. We showed a slide of this. They did a really good job of using hashtags. I'll go ahead and copy these hashtags so you can put them into your notepad if you'd like. And Gail, this is really applicable to you. If you look here, they're doing a rehab. So what are they doing? They're telling the story from the day they took possession. They're saying, hey, when you can see, look, they said something about when you can see, when you can see the outlines of where a pick used to hang on the walls, it might be time for a new coat of paint. It gave the room 1,000 brightness points, whatever those are. And then they went ahead and they tagged where they got the various items by tagging those items, and then, hopefully getting viral exposure off of IKEA and some of those others. This is educational. If I was rehabbing a house, I might send this to or share this with a friend, and I'll give them a follow right here from my desktop. So I hope you found that valuable and can kind of connect the dots on that. Those of you that are selling new construction, go out there, take a picture of it day one as they're putting it in the ground. 6 weeks into it, go out there and take some more pictures. Go out there, 3 months out, and continue to tell your story on Instagram and Facebook. And it's real easy to share post from your mobile app. You would just go into your mobile app, you'd press share, and then you would share this to Facebook or one of your other profiles. Here's a gal named Christine Edwards, and let me give you the link to that post there. This is the rehab post. There you go. All right, so let's look at Christine Edwards. So I have a question here. How many times do you recommend we post on Instagram each week? I mentioned posting at the same time. So maybe your thing is going to be on Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Or maybe you're going to post Monday, new inventory, Tuesday, a meme or a social tip. What we do say is don't be overactive. My consultant, Chris, is sitting here saying no more than 7 posts a week, okay? Because if you start doing more than one a day, it could get annoying to people. So other people say, you could do anywhere from 1 to 10 a week. So that would be my answer to you. Play with it. It really depends on your audience. I don't think with the number of followers that you all probably have that we're going to get in any real trouble with it at this point. But ultimately, you're going to want to have a strategy in place. And the best way to do that, again, is with a tool like Hootsuite, so that you just go out there, you find the content, you pour it in at 11 p.m. on a Friday night when you feel like watching Jimmy Fallon in the background, and then 3 hours later you're posting every Monday at 10 a.m. and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So we were going to go over here and look at Christine Edwards, and why I chose her is she's a real estate agent, also celebrity, and she just does a really good job of capturing the whole New England feel. You got these cottages, you got luxury real estate. Because she has also went to other media, been on TV and stuff. She has a lot of followers. She has 56,000. And she says, hey, I'm a realtor, I'm a renovator, I'm a decorator, I'm a wife, I'm a mommy, I'm a fashion lover, right here in Charleston, and been on Move-In Ready on hgtv. So she did a good job. Let's look at some other ones. We talked about Orlando Realty showing their story. Here's a guy named Kevin. His name is Kevin Stridivant. And Kevin has, another significant number of followers, 15,000. And what I liked about his profile here is he really lets people into his life and what it's all about, showing his family, showing his kids, mixing it up with property, people having fun on the beach that gets likes. Here he put his feet up at a house, took a picture of the window. Let's look and see what he said about this. He said, hey, home for the weekend. And then, just a lot of people jumped in and embraced what he was all about. Again, that shows him as a real person, lets him into his life, shows his family. So don't be afraid to do that. This company does a really good job of promoting their agency. This is one of the boutique agencies in Beverly Hills. It's high-end. It's a luxury brokerage. And if you were to model some of the stuff they did, they've got 96,000 followers. And they've got these beautiful properties that they've taken pictures of. That when they hire a new agent, they'll announce that person has come on board. That then, gets them more viral exposure, because if Richard Nolan, let's say, had 2,000 followers, now people are going to come back and like the agency. So those of you that are in team roles, you might want to explore that. Here's an example of how they filmed a video property tour. So they said, hey, recently built in 2014. This is what it features. Put the list price and their contact info. I would say contact me for the list price. I like to create some intrigue and create that engagement, but let's see what their video looks like. So that's just a simple slideshow, and you could create that from your cell phone by uploading pictures into Ripl, that's R-I-P-L, and actually spice it up a bit, the Ripl app for video. Otherwise, there's other tools that you can use. Chris, if they just uploaded a series of photos on Instagram, look up and see if they have the option to go ahead and create that. I know on Facebook, they can create a slideshow that will turn into a video. So anyways, that's a couple examples there. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas about what you might want to model, what you might want to follow. Here's Smash Properties. And this is a Chicago-based firm.
Yes, you can.
So that's a saved slideshow. So I haven't actually done it there, because I usually create the slideshow on Facebook or Ripl, and then I upload it. In fact, I'll show people what I mean by that. Here's one that I did with Ripl. So I was doing an event, and I went ahead and uploaded to my Facebook account a quick Ripl video, and here it was. Oop. And so you got the picture here of that could be your house, superimposing all that stuff. It's really intuitive. Doesn't make it Instagram. There's also an app that works real well with Instagram, and it's called Flipagram. And that will allow you to create a slideshow that's easily shared on Instagram. Let me go ahead and see if I could find it. That's flipagram.com. You'd probably find it in the Play Store, Flipagram. Here you go. So Flipagram, it will allow you to upload pictures, add music, and create a simple slideshow for yourself. So open up a Flipagram account and get the app on your phone, and that might be something that'll augment what you do over there on Instagram. So kind of winding down these examples. Here was an example of selling Phoenix and how they used another video. Let's look at this. This is more like one that you could create with Ripl by adding those high ceilings, one bathroom, gorgeous city views. Buying PDX, visit our website. This is a total of, see if I get a time on this one. I guess this is about 15 seconds. You take that same content, you can repurpose it for Facebook. Uh-oh. So are you seeing it, Mary Ellen? You said you're not seeing what I'm showing on the screen? Should see selling PDX up there. Oh, okay, good. Well, that's the link to go look at that video that Selling PDX made it, and they probably made that with an app called Ripl that you get from the Play Store or the Apple Store. Continuing our conversation, you know, if you work with a company like Coldwell Banker, make sure that you follow them. You could see some of the examples they did. I love this video right here. I actually shared this on Facebook yesterday. It's Kevin Costner's house, right? But here it is. It's on the market for $60 million. So what that is, you know, that's probably professionally done video with a drone, but you, even with Ripl, you could take video clips, like maybe you're penning out, you're looking at the crashing waves, you're watching the sailboats go by on a lake here in Florida, and then you mix it in with simple pictures, you superimpose that text, and that would be, Ripl would be the easiest way to do that, RIPL. Boy, what else can I tell you? Oh, I want to talk about advertising and Facebook. So and Instagram. So once you go ahead and get your Facebook business page going, I'm here on a business page on Facebook. I go ahead and I click this button, settings, up top. Everybody see where I'm at? I'm going to go ahead and click settings up top, but I am on my business page. I'm not on Jill Jones' personal profile here. I'm on her business page. And remember, on Facebook, on our business page, we are the realtor at our business page. So I'm at our business page, and the interface looks a little different than our personal profile. I go to settings, I left click that. I come over here to the left-hand side, and I go to Instagram ads. I left click there, and then I go ahead and I need to link my account. So step one was to go ahead and set up your business page. Step two, set up your Instagram account. Step three, go ahead and either add an existing account. Now, if you don't have a Instagram account and you do have a Facebook account, all you would have to do is create a new account right there, and it would create and link your Instagram account. So that would be a little shortcut for you. So what I'm going to do here is get you to the first page. You're going to go, this would be your business page name, okay, right here, your page name. And I just gave you that link there so that you can go ahead. That would be your page name /settings /, and that would get you to this menu where you can get to Instagram ads and then start rocking and rolling, or you just go right here. So that's going to be really important for you. Anybody have any questions on you lost sound, Gail? Can everybody else hear me? Somebody said they lost sound. Okay, everybody else can hear me. So you guys need to make sure you're at stable internet connections when you log in, and I'll have this recorded for y'all. You can add a tab to your Facebook page. I'll go ahead and include that, how to add a tab to Facebook page. Basically, it makes it easier for people that are on Facebook page to discover you. There you go. Let's see what else I wanted to show you. Talked about Canva. Talked about Flipagram. When you are in your mobile app of Instagram. It's real easy. I found that post that I liked yesterday of Kevin Costner's house by Cole Banker. I pressed the share button and I shared it to Facebook. And see over here now, I shared it to my personal profile. And if somebody was researching me or checking me out, you know, I have 5,000 friends, they might say, oh, Steve's on Instagram. Let me click here. And they would be taken over to Instagram and could look me up. So that would be one reason why you want to share your stuff as well as other people's stuff. Going back to Instagram, edit your profile. You could do this from your desktop. Let me show you how I got there. I'm over here at Instagram. Just go ahead. I could change the picture by clicking on the picture and remove it, take a new one or upload it. It'll give me an option to queue it up. If I go right here and I click edit profile, that will bring up a menu where I can either connect up various applications like Ripl, a CRM that I use called Nimble. Comments, I could go ahead and hide inappropriate comments like F words and stuff. I could go ahead and avoid, you know, other people putting their stuff up. I can go ahead and, you know, subscribe to a variety of emails and SMS notifications so that when people message me that I don't miss it. And what I really wanted to get to, you choose your speaker, your username. Your username should be, you know, kind of consistent across the board. Like with Great Orlando Houses, our Facebook example for our realtor, her account on Instagram would also be Great Orlando Houses or a abbreviation of that. So you just go ahead and you edit, you put your name in, you put your user's name or you put your company's name, you put that, put your website. Or if you wanted to, you could make that a link over to your Facebook page. If I want to make it Facebook, I would go like this. I go www.fb.com/ and I have a number of them, but let's go with Steve Black Speaker. All right, so they can find me, find our business success training. Now here I could go ahead and put my web site. So now I'm getting double action, right? Let's see how this works. Have a good email so if people want to contact me, and let me go submit. Okay, it's saved. So let's see what it looks like now. Boom. So I've got my website. Now, one thing I could add, as I mentioned to you, I could put under bio a business success training, text, call 770-375-5208 to book one of our speakers for your next meeting. And then I want to use a hashtag here. Let's use my hashtag so people find me. Success Summit Seminar and Steve Black Speaker. And I'll do one more. I'll use the third one. I use success. Let's go with business success training. All right. Let's see if it let us do all that training. Bio must be 150 characters or fewer. So what do I want to eliminate? Well, let's take this out and see if I can get by with those two. Profile saved. Let's look at it. Boom. Got the Success Summit Seminar, Steve Black Speaker. Let's add one more, see if it works. And that's half of this. It's just, you know, playing around with stuff because they're always changing it. But I'm trying to give you some good ideas. Yeah. So I got to get rid of that one. Let's go with Steve Black speaker. All right. So what questions do y'all have about setting up your profiles, linking it to Facebook? I could give you a few more tips and then I'll wind up the webinar if we don't have any. Let's talk about some other things that I identified here for you. So we talked about bio. We talked about making sure your pictures are really high quality. You know, your captions, just make it authentic, you know, don't make it relevant. Like this one here, this caption is in this day with this great view. And then he look at these hashtags he used. I'll put these in the chat box. I'll link you over to it. There you go. What else could I tell you? Follow people. Hopefully they'll follow you back. If they don't, you can cut that out so that you keep a nice ratio. Wanted to show you an example of the carousel. We did that, which is the multiple pictures. Let's see if we have one in the real estate world. This guy's doing mostly single photos. Let's see if we find somebody else. Here, this one here. So this is a carousel. So what they did is they have 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures, and they each display perfectly. There is a size for your photos on Instagram that are optimal. Let me give you that. And the reason, again, I love Canva is they already have this all set up for me. But if I say I want to create a design and I want it to be an Instagram post, okay? Instagram post is 1080 by 1080. Ideal size Instagram post, 1080 by 1080, right? But I don't have to worry about that because I chose the right canvas here in Canva. Now I go into their library of templates they have. I grab something that I think is cool, like this. I just drag it over. I take the text that they have and I say, today will be terrific. And then I just go ahead, I change this to www.steveblack.biz. I then go ahead and go to File, I save it, and now I want to download it. I download that to my computer, and I have an Instagram post. You could literally create 50 of these in 30 minutes. If you had a quote book there and you were just kind of organized, unique content. Now, if I didn't like this font, I can change that right here very easily. I just go boom and it looks like that. If I don't like this, I go ahead and I change it, boom. Now, if I wanted to share this, it's real easy. I just click share. I go to social and I go to the accounts that I'm connected to, Facebook or Twitter. Or I could go ahead and have that link and have it saved. I could set it up so people could only view it or edit it. I can embed it in my website. Canva's a great program. My main reason in showing you this was to show you the right size for a post. Question, do you use Canva and Hootsuite together to get your post out? Yeah, so great question, Gail. What I love Canva for is to create the content. And And then I usually would save it to my desktop, like by just going download. I put it all into a folder, and then I go into my Hootsuite, and then I'd upload it. And I think we did a session, it's in the members area on automation, but let me just kind of show you. All right, I'm logged in as Jill Jones, so I'd have to log out, but this will give you an idea. So I'm logged into Hootsuite, not my account, but I'm logged in under this dummy account. And I wanted to go ahead and publish. I just go ahead, I go here to publisher. And I type in, I grab that picture that I just added. I say attach the media. I upload that picture that I just saved. Terrific. Today will be terrific. I go ahead and I put it out there. I'm going to use the Jill Jones personal profile. I'm going to do a message. Steve Black, speaker, says your affirmation should be today will be terrific. Hashtag. All right. Now I could go ahead, since I'm in Hootsuite, and I could say put that out right now on one network, or if this is my account, I have my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my YouTube on a plugin, my Instagram, and I could literally post to 5 networks with one click. I could go ahead and say send now. I could save it to later, or I can schedule it. Now, let's say I wanted this to go out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., right? I go ahead and I say schedule it. Now it's scheduled to go out tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the one profile that's linked to this account. Boom. And now as I populate this, literally sitting down there, I've created 50 of these memes that are all optimized for Facebook. Maybe I have a different version that's optimized for Instagram. Maybe I don't even worry about it. Then I could go ahead and create more. Let me go ahead and create a second post as long as I'm here.
Hello.
All right, we're here. So we're going to go ahead and create another one.
Hello.
How are you? Hey, Julie, I just
Let me go ahead and mute whoever's on the phone.
California tomorrow, and somehow they came up with a property called 295 Mona Court. And they had it in, and of course, I didn't know.
All right. So we got rid of that muted, but hopefully y'all could still hear me. Can you still hear me? Cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a second post here just for the fun of it. And I'll just go ahead and come up here, grab something else off my desktop. Let me go ahead and just grab this picture of this event, all right? And then I'll say, add a link. I'll say www.reagenttraining.com. I'll shrink it so it shows up like that. I'll say RSVP for Steve Black, speaker, free lunch and learn. And I'm going to send that now. And it just was sent. If we went over to Facebook under her account, we would see that that post that I just uploaded via Hootsuite was just posted to Facebook. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and lay that out so that it was posted next Friday at 9 a.m., I could do that. Gail's asking, how do you do multiple photos and one upload in Instagram? That's easy. So you have to, again, it's a mobile app, so you need to open up Instagram on your phone. And then on Instagram, you'll go up to the camera button. sorry, you go to Instagram, and you'll press the plus button. Let me see if I could go ahead and send over a screenshot of that to my Gmail. At Gmail. All right, I can't do this real. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I got it. Let's see if I can get that for you. I think I'm quicker than Gmail. Hold on. Anyways, if you go onto your, here you go. Let me download this and then I'll upload it for y'all. All right. Let's see if I can attach that. All right. Where you got that? So you open Instagram, you tap the plus sign, then you tap library, and it'll show the rightmost, and then you tap the rightmost circle above your photos. You tap up to 10 photos, and then you click next. And so what that looks like inside is it looks like this. So I'm inside of, this is a screenshot of my, let me get to the, let me make sure you could see this. So if you could see the Instagram here, this is a screenshot. I'm inside my Instagram account. I click this button right here, the plus in the middle. You have the home, the search, the add, the like, and then the find button. And what I do first is I click on this, I tap the plus, I then tap library. Once that opens up, I'll go ahead and then there'll be a rightmost circle above your photos. You'll just go ahead and you'll start tapping the photo. And let me get you that article. Hold on. This will also detail it for you. wikihow.com. And let me go here. How to do anything. Upload multiple All right. And this article will give you the explanation of how to do that. So I hope that helps you. Can you see my screen right now as I go through this with you? Say yes or no that you can see the screen as I'm scrolling. Otherwise, I'm going to do a different share. Okay, good. So you go ahead and you open Instagram. You'll go ahead and then go next. You'll select either the video clip or you'll select the, this is multiple videos, sorry. Let me go pictures, multiple pictures, photos. Here you go. And then here's the one, that was how to do videos. And here's the one, how to upload pics. There you go. So you open Instagram, you tap the plus, you tap the library, rightmost circle. Here's how it looks like. Open it, you go for the plus sign, you tap it, then you tap library, which will open up. Then you go ahead and you go select multiple. Then you go pick the pictures by hitting that circle on each photo. Then you'll click next. You'll put a filter on it if appropriate. And they do have some cool pictures. You click next, that makes it pop. And then here is where you'll go ahead and you'll write your caption and the hashtags. Maybe you've copied that. If you want to tag somebody or add a location, you click share and you're all set. So I hope that helps you. And that's a link to how to do the multiple pictures. So we're going to go ahead and kind of wind this webinar down. We've been on it for an hour. If you have any other questions about Instagram and how you can use it, one thing we go back to promoting, if you look at my 6-step process for social media, step 1, look great, right? So make your profile on Instagram look great. Make sure that it's complete. Make sure that you have a good username that's representative of what you do. Hopefully it's the same as your business page on Facebook. You have a nice picture. You have a description, right? You want to add connections. So you're looking for people to follow. Like I'm going to look up Corinna Daninger right now, who I saw just jumped on the webinar. Corinna Daninger, all right? And I'm already following her. Look at her. She did a great job here. She's got a great picture. She's got her her name as her username. She's going to clean this up as she goes. She's being aggressive right now about following people. If they don't follow back, she can dump them, or she can, choose to continue to follow. She did a nice description of who she is, what company she's with. Maybe turn this into a hashtag, Corinna, or turn this into your business page, right? Maybe that's fb.com/Corinna Daninger. That might be good. And then you can put in parentheses, England Vocal. That way, if I find you here, I can find you there. She's got her phone number and she's got a website. Love it. So the only other thing I would do there, Corinna, is I would go ahead and grab this address. Must have misspelled it. Hold on. I always do that, right? Corinna, 1 R. 2 N's. All right. So what I would do if I was Corinna, okay, what am I doing wrong? D-A-N, 1 N, right? Okay, there you go. All right. All right, so I got Corinna here. So what I'm going to do, Corinna, is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to copy that, I'm going to add that to my description, okay? That way, people that find you on Instagram also say realtor with, and then put that there, and make that a fb.com. You don't have to write out Facebook. And then put in parentheses or dash England Vocler, all right? No need to hyperlink that because you don't necessarily want to lose them or have them call another agent at the office, but you do want them to call you. I really like what I'm seeing. So your Brevard Realtor, that would be her business page. She could go with that as well. And if she types fb.com in, you know what, this might not have taken with the cap. So we're going to need to look at that, Corinna, and make sure that that's all linked over. I could probably get there through your page, right? So, or your personal profile. Let me get back over there. She did this the last time I saw her. Luxury real estate advisor at England Volkers of Brevard, her office, licensed real estate broker. So what I want you to do on this, Corinna, I want you to make sure that it links over there, and I could easily find your business page. Because if I go right here, I end up at the corporate page, okay? I don't want that. I want to be able to find you. I want this right here. If you go log in, there'll be a little pencil. I want you to change that to your business page so that we can easily find you, okay? All right. see if I type that in, if that comes up. Because this is the challenge you end up with. If you don't make it easy for people to find you, they won't. So I type in your Brevard agent, and that's what I could also add to that Instagram profile. But I also want to go ahead and do that. So if I was in Jill, here's all I do. I go here to Realtor at Greater Orlando Houses. I go edit. I go add a workplace. And then the workplace that I add is your Brevard Realtor or your Brevard agent. Let me see. Let me see if I can do that. Should work. Add. Why is that not pulling up? Maybe I didn't like the page. Oh, that's it. I didn't like the page. That's it from here. So if I wanted to go back, you've of course created the page, so you liked it. That's the issue here. I'll like the page as this Jill Jones. I go over here to edit from my profile. I say add workplace. And let's see if I can make it work now. Your Bar agent. Huh. So much for doing it real time. I know we can do it. So let's see. Anyways, I'll do a video on that and how to add that as your thing. It might just take Facebook a minute to realize that that's where I work. So if I want to say I worked at University of Central Florida, I'm just not pulling it up. Okay, well let's. I'll put a video together and show people how to add their employer on Facebook. But the meat of that comment was just to add that in here, and all she's going to do there is go to her profile, click edit, and then add that as her meeting, keeping this all within 150 characters. Well, cool. We talked about a lot. We looked at a lot of great profiles. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everybody has the meeting chat that we did. So you have all the links. Otherwise, go ahead and give it a quick, you should be able to go ahead and copy and paste, go ahead and just copy all this. But I'll make sure that that's included because we included a lot of good links here to other pages. Scrolling through. All right, yeah, she's just an account we created for the examples. How to add a Facebook tab. We gave you an example of good hashtags to use. We talked about not using too many, maybe 9 to 15. We talked about the Ripl app. We talked about Flipagram. Want to close with showing you ads. So when I go ahead and advertise, I'm usually going ahead and advertising with Facebook. So I'll go ahead, I'll be in my Facebook account. Let me log in as me. Let's get rid of Jill's account here. I'll log out. Go ahead and log in. Oh no, this is let's see. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go run an ad, and I'm going to also run an ad to Instagram. All right. So when I run an ad, I go up to the on my menu here, and let me make sure that this is sharing properly. I'll share my Chrome. Here you go. So I'm over here in Facebook. It doesn't matter if I'm in my personal or my business account. I go to the upper arrow here. I drop down and I go create ad. Everybody see where I'm at? Okay, so I'm going to create an ad. I've already connected my credit card and my Instagram accounts. So I'm all ready to roll. All you'll have to do is what we showed you earlier. I want to go ahead and do an engagement ad. This is going to be an ad for an open house, okay? So what I do is I call it open house 123 Main, and I'm looking for event responses, all right? So I go continue. Now, I'm brought to a menu here. I'm within Facebook, and I can either create a new audience that's based on location, like let's go with Melbourne, include Melbourne, Florida, right? And I could be 25 miles, but if I don't want to go all the way up to Merritt, I just want to really zero in on Palm Bay and Melbourne, I make it a 10-mile radius. I can make it a zip code if I wanted. I don't necessarily want to reach 18-year-olds because I don't think they're going to buy my property. Why spend money on them? So right now, I've got 300,000 people. As soon as I make that 27 years of age, I just drop down to 240,000 people. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to target people that are in Melbourne that have a net worth 200,000, right? 100 to 200, and then I'll say I also want to target people 200 to 500, 750 to a million to 2, and over 2. So I've got everybody that's been in that area that's wealthy. I've just taken it from 250,000 people down to 97,000. All right, but I don't want to just do that. I want to go ahead and target with my open house. We'll leave it as everyone in the location, but I want to target people that, let's say, that are renting right now. So I had one more demographic, right? I'm layering my ads now. Layering, I'm going to go ahead and say renting. So now I've dropped it down to 120,000 people. And now my ad, I'll save this audience so I don't have to ever do this again. So I'm going to call this people 200K plus renting Melbourne. Now, once I've done this once, I could do this right from my cell phone. I usually tell people don't use Boost Posts, but I could now because I've created an audience of people 27 years old that are in that area that have a high net worth. Now, I could either choose to create a new ad, or I could go ahead and use an existing post. So if I want to go ahead and choose an event, I could choose, let's say, this Realtor Lunch and Learn. And I just highlighted the event that's already set up, and boom, it populates it and it makes it look pretty. But for our example, let's say that this was a house. I could go ahead and upload a picture of the house, or I could browse the library, find a house, beach home. Let's see what comes up. I could grab a picture of a beach home. I could use 2 or 3 different images. So now I'll have a few different images, different ads. I'll choose as the event. Let's pick an event that we did over here on Greater Orlando houses. And let me see what we're going to do. Choose event. I don't have one set up. So again, we're back to our example. So I could just choose to do this. I'll just say, love Melbourne. incredible opportunity on the beach. Message me at 407-790-1141 for more info. Okay. If I had an event that was set up, I could have promoted my event as an open house, but we're going to go with this right now just for this. I'm going to already use my Facebook tracking pixel, which allows me to do retargeting. We talked about that in the ad. I could see how it looks here on a variety of different, this is how it looks to people in the news feed. I would also want to change this headline. So, kind of came in this a little backwards. So I would do that by actually changing the objective. This would be just an engagement one. This is post engagement, continue. Let me get back over here, audience, page, and post. Here, she might have one here. Lisa has one. Now, what you'll notice here is Lisa has linked her business page with her Facebook account, right? I pick one of her posts just listed right here. I have that targeting in place. She's got a phone number. She's got a collage set up. I'm off to the races. Now, if I didn't want to go ahead and advertise on Instagram, I would go over here on the left to placements. And I would go ahead and choose which networks by clicking this. And I would say, okay, I don't want Instagram, or I just want to be in their news feed, or I just want to be a part of their, on Facebook. I just want to be a part of the instant articles. I don't want to be a part of Right Column. A lot of people don't look at Right Column. I want to get a little more money. So I did that by coming back over your placements and going with edit. But I let them pick it. So to review my ad, I go here and I say, okay, it looks good on the news feed. All right, let me go ahead and see how it looks in the mobile news feed. It looks good. Let's see how it looks on Instagram. And it says there's an incompatibility preventing this ad from being shown on Instagram. And that's probably because it has the 4 pictures. So let's look at another post that can be shown on Instagram. Here. There you go. So I go ahead, I just chose a different post, and this is what it looks like on Instagram. So she's going to advertise, and when it shows up in people's feed, it'll be sponsored. And again, if I didn't want to advertise on Instagram, let's say I was promoting a 55+ community, I would just go over to placements and I would deselect it. So that's kind of a crash course on how to use Facebook ads and also how to get into people's news feeds on Instagram. I'll summarize this. I'll clean this up for y'all. I'll also show you how to go ahead and do that little Facebook trick I was showing you. Anybody have any questions before we sign out? Okay, if anybody has any issues with customer service or needs to log into the members area, I know we got some new members, you just dial 770-375-5208. Penny will help you, or you can send her an email at support@businesssuccesstraining.com. I'm going to unmute y'all. Maybe you could interact a little bit more that way. And let's do that. Can you please re-show me how to link Instagram back to Facebook? Yeah. So I would have to leave my account to do that, but I did take some screenshots. So let me show you in a screenshot. Let me show you in a screenshot. So what we did, Corinna, first to link our account. we started on our business page, and we went to settings, which is right here. So all we did is we typed in our business page name. It's a little bit different interface. You're logged in as Corinna. And then you'll go to settings. You'll left click here. The second menu that it'll create is this. You'll see this after you've clicked settings. You're going over on the left-hand side, and you're going to go ahead and click Instagram ads. The third thing that you're going to do is then go ahead and click the button that says add account. And then the fourth step to that is real simple. You'll either add your existing account or you'll create a new account if you don't have Instagram. Since you already have Instagram, you'll just log in with your username and your password, and now your accounts will be connected. Does that answer that thoroughly? All right. So what other questions do y'all have about success? I'm opening up the phone lines. Anybody have any questions about advertising on Instagram, how to set up your profiles, posting? Okay, well listen, I think we covered a lot of ground. The monthly webinars are obviously some good training, some good ideas. They're also a place where you can bring your questions. Next month, we're gonna do one on Facebook advertising and how to really get results. I'm gonna talk about an overall process about creating content that attracts people and positions yourself as the expert, whether that's in real estate investing, rehabbing, selling property, tax accounting. Then you're going to go ahead and I'd be able to identify who's actually watched your educational video and then put a sales message in front of them. This is going to help you generate leads and help you to make money. If anybody has any questions about anything before that, you can always text me at 407-790-1141, Steve Black, and I'll do my best to link you over to an article or put together a video. So make sure you write that down. That's my personal number that's available to people that are members of Business Success Training's monthly program.
What is that number again, Steve?
On to what? I just entered it into the chat box. It's 407-790-1141. But questions are going to come up as you get rolling. I also gave you the customer support number if you have anything relative to logging in, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to sign off. I'll just say this. Instagram is a network that's really targeted at the presence for reaching people under 35 years of age. You use a lot of hashtags. Make sure your profiles are set up and look good. Get on a consistent schedule where you post at least once a week, up to 10 times a week. Try to do those posts at the same time. Try to create a branded image as you go along by using tools like Canva and other word swag to make your stuff look good. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You're welcome. Continued success.